Hi class, my name is Scott Bull. I'm taking mass media with Professor Charlene Early, and today I'm going to talk about regulations and their impact on free speech. And with free speech, what we're going to do is use the example of drug advertisements. And I'll share with you some of the regulations that control the type of information communicated and why we have so many side effects listed in the drug commercials. There's 3 laws that impact how drugs are advertised through mass marketing today. The first law was in 1938. This was a law called the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, and it said that all prescription drugs had to be proven safe before they could be advertised and sold. In 1962, the Cofer-Harris Amendment added the provision that drugs also had to be proven to be effective before claims about their use could be made in marketing and advertising. In 1969, there was a third regulation, and this was called Fair Balance. Fair Balance said that drugs could not be advertised unless they are done so where there was equal prominence of side effects as well as effectiveness. Any advertising without fair balance would be false or misleading statements. Those laws created in 1969 had an important requirement that made it almost impossible for advertisement of drugs on TV or magazine or radio. This was the requirement that all known safety information had to be included in the fair balance statements. This example that we're looking at now is 10 pages of safety information on the drug Humira. There is no way all this information could have been included in a drug advertisement back in 1969. In the 1980s, things started to change. Patient advocacy groups like the American Cancer Society and the HIV community became very vocal about having access to drugs. This is at the same time that managed care was restricting drugs through formularies. There became a need and an interest in having drugs promoted more widely and more aggressively to patients. At this point, the FDA made a clarification. It was in 1997. Their changes had a huge impact on mass media. 2 things were changed to the 1969 laws. The first was that Fair Balance no longer had to include all safety information, only information that was prominently important to patients. The other change was that diseases or conditions affecting patients could be advertised, such as ED, without ever stating the drug name or the treatment. And when there's no drug name mentioned, there's no need for fair balance. So after 1997, that's when we saw an explosion in drug advertising on TV, radio, and print, and all other forms of mass media. This is because not every single side effect had to be advertised, but only those that are most permanent and relevant to patients. Fair balance still is mandated, and that's the reason that these drug ads include so many side effects along with the benefits of the drug. So let's review. The first regulation that impacted drug advertising was in 1969. This was the Fair Balance Act. It was intended to protect consumers by requiring all known side effects to be advertised in a drug ad. This was a nearly impossible situation when most drug ads are only 30 to 60 seconds long. The second regulation that was key was created in 1997, and it actually relaxed the regulations originally set forth in 1969. With this new relaxation, not every side effect had to be reported, rather those that were just most pertinent and relevant to patients. This was with the idea of empowering the patient and empowering the public to understand what treatments may be available and what are the benefits as well as the risk. Thanks for listening, and I hope next time you see advertisement through mass media about drugs, you'll understand why you're seeing so many side effects listed along with the benefits of the drug.